Good morning and welcome to Hua Hin, God's waiting room. That's how I would sum it up. And I feel very young here, which is fantastic. But it reminds me of Worthing in the United Kingdom or the Costa Brava. If, all retirees basically. And it's completely different to Koh Samui. This is, God's waiting room. Rich pensioners, well, I wouldn't say they're rich, but if you're looking for a place to come and live your last few years, then this will be the place for you. What I love about Hua Hin is at around 8 o'clock at night, all the beaches are dead and everyone's asleep, I guess. And it's not got that Koh Samui Muay Thai boxing vibe about it. It doesn't have, I've never seen no tattoos on a beach, which is amazing. But that's because we're talking about a complete different generation here. You can do horse riding here. I don't know what's more cruel, horse riding or elephant riding. It's entirely up to you. And I'm just on the beach where Market Village is. Pollution is quite high here at the moment because of the burning off. Laos is even worse. And Bangkok, they had to close the schools down recently. Koh Samui, you don't get it as much because we're on an island. But a lot of people are asking me the difference of Koh Samui and Hua Hin. It's very, very simple. This is God's waiting room. A lot of pensioners here from Europe. There's no tattoos. There's no Muay Thai boxing. And, apart from that one jet ski, it's quieter, it's calmer. You don't have, in Koh Samui it's called tonight, and it's always advertising Muay Thai boxing. You don't have crazy motorbike riding as well, yeah? This is as exciting as it gets in Hua Hin. And then if you want to ride horses, they're the first young people I've seen in 2 weeks. And Market Village, you can just walk down from there and then come here. The beach, I have to say, is cleaner than Koh Samui. The food at Market Village, oh my goodness, I've never, 20 baht for a bubble tea. It really targets the pensioners, the people that are retired. I find the common nationalities are Sweden, German, British. They're the three dominant countries. And yeah, it's a great place if you want to end or live your last years in a tropical, calm place. Lots of old people here, or elderly people, or pensioners. Great community for that. Very friendly. Hardly any tattoos, which is mind-blowing because I haven't got a problem with tattoos because I've interviewed some of the world's best tattoo artists, and that's including rejecting David Beckham. But what I'm saying here, the difference of Hua Hin, apart from the mainland being 3 hours from Bangkok, the highway's amazing, easy to go up and down to Bangkok. Further down, you can see it's a mountain down there, which is like a gorgeous forest. I'm shocked. The further I go away from Market Village, the quieter it gets, which is amazing. There's no bars, loud music on the beach at night. In fact, I walked here, it wasn't even 8 o'clock, and the only thing was open was the Marriott. So that's amazing. There's only about 2 kilometres that way towards the Marriott you can walk, and then you hit a wall. But I was just blown away at how quiet it is at night. But it is predominant by pensioners, the baby boomers, and good on them. They deserve it. It's fantastic to live out here and retire due to the cost of living in Europe. It's really personal. You can live a great life here. The pollution's bad. I've never been in Thailand where it's been this bad, but in saying that, I normally just sort of hop around. Koh Samui's a lot less. Koh Samui in a couple of weeks. The White Lotus at the Four Seasons will be screening. I was casted for that, but I couldn't do it. And somewhat I'm glad I didn't do it because it's sort of not an image I want to portray. You can read and you can watch my videos of the Four Seasons in Koh Samui. I'll be back there as well. As I said, God's waiting room here. Highly recommend it for pensioners because camaraderie, community is the key here, like Italy, right? The Italians always live longer because they have a community. Lovely people, no loud music, no bars, not that tattoo Muay Thai image as Koh Samui. The traffic is slower, the motorbikes are more cautious. 5 deaths in Koh Samui in the last 10 days on Koh Samui, which is a tragedy, but they're absolute nutters there. I will be going back to Koh Samui, but in the meantime I'm going to experience more of Hua Hin. The roads are fantastic to Bangkok to here. They're cleaner, there's no crazy bars. The dominant is Germans, Brits and Swedes. I find the younger demographics here hard to find. Koh Samui, if you look on my YouTube, you'll see family beaches like Chiang Mai. We certainly don't have horse riding. And there's a lot more to do here. It's a slower pace and it's quiet. And regarding rental, it's really, really competitive here. Just to give you an idea, I have a 2-bedroom condo and I rent them out much, much more to the 3-bedroom private swimming pool villa here in Hua Hin. Okay, it's a smaller pool, but I do have my privacy. That's the big difference. You can really live inexpensive here. You can definitely live on your Australian, your Brit, your German or your Swede pension easy if you budget right. Again, highly recommend it for pensioners. Koh Samui is Muay Thai boxing, loud music, bars. The beaches are not so clean. Hua Hin, I'm really impressed with the roads. I'm impressed with the cleaning of the beach. Come here 8 o'clock at night, just down from Market Village, and you will find no one. In fact, there was no one except, where are we? At the Marriott. There's about 15 people here, and then there was one fire show. Lots of fire shows in Koh Samui. Go to the Four Seasons if you can afford it, starting roughly at €1,500 a night. Secluded, pristine beach. The White Lotus HBO Season 3 is screening in 2 weeks. What happens at the Koh Samui airport? I know what happens because I had some wonderful intel from people that were part of the White Lotus. Hua Hin versus Koh Samui, let me just reiterate. God's waiting room here, nothing wrong with that. Pensioners, great way to avoid cost of living, great way to avoid Europe's slowly deterioration of just basic street lights. No street lights. Driving in Rome or Arezzo, lots of street lights, even remotely as I'm driving here in Hua Hin. These are the things to me that a taxpayer should be available to. In fact, I even found in the United Kingdom a lot of street lights due to the electricity, the cost of living, does not work. But here in Hua Hin, I can drive way down to the Holiday Inn, fantastic view there, and there are street lights. And I'm thinking, what's going on? Why can I see so well? And then I realised Hua Hin, fantastic roads, 3 hours from Bangkok. I paid 1,600 baht for a brand new BYD electric car. Go electric here. If you want to own a car, go full electric here. A lot of competition, a lot of cars. It's unlike Europe. There are plenty of charging stations. Fantastic if you're retired. It's not a digital nomad place for me. I'm a digital nomad. It doesn't have that spark, as I would say, Koh Samui. I mean, there's a lot of working stations here. I'm sure you can meet people. I've only been here 3 weeks, so I'll give you another review. It's not a digital nomad place, and like in Koh Samui, you see lots of young families on the beach. But here is God's waiting room. Thailand is changing their tax rules. Don't worry about it. It's forever changing. I don't know what's going to happen. Hua Hin is very competitive on the long-term rental. Make sure you barter with that. There is more builds here than demand. There's a lot more supply than demand. Give you an idea, there's property just where I live, near Red Mountain. 42 properties, only 12 sold. My rental properties are in a condominium in Koh Samui, and I get 30% more rental than I would here in my private 3-bedroom plunge pool villa here in Hua Hin. So what I'm saying is this: if you've got the time, if you're a pensioner, you'll find a lot of people here that are retired. It's very friendly. It's cleaner than Koh Samui. The roads are fantastic. There are street lights everywhere, even on the main roads. Slow traffic. Motorbikes are very gracious and go slower. In comparison to Samui, 5 deaths in the last 10 days on motorbikes. I have visited Asia. I have driven all over the globe, and Koh Samui for me is more dangerous on motorbikes than Ho Chi Minh City, and that's saying a lot. And please, if you're in Koh Samui, wear a helmet. It was a horrific accident, and I've seen them with my own eyes. It's just horrific. So Hua Hin, God's waiting room, nothing wrong with that. Great way for pensioners. You can meet a lot of people. This beach is dead quiet after 8 o'clock, if that's what you like. The rubbish, look, very clean. Samui, you'll have rubbish already in the morning, even though Malia and Kapinski should be responsible for it. The street lights are fabulous. It's a slower pace. It's unbelievably 50% cheaper at food market. Or market hall, whatever you call it, food market, market hall, market village. I've never seen such cheap food court in my life. Just to give you a comparison, 80 baht or 150 baht for a bubble tea, but here in Hua Hin, 24 baht. I've just spent a month in Laos, Luang Prabang, and Hua Hin is as cheap as Luang Prabang, right? I'll talk about Luang Prabang again and why it's my favourite Asian city of all times. But as I said, God's waiting room, pensioners. I wouldn't say it's a digital nomad place, but there are very rich people that stay in their villas here from Bangkok. The wealthy hide. They're not walking on the beach, let alone at Market Village. And as I said, God's waiting room, nothing wrong with that. If you're fed up of Europe, get over here. Hua Hin, try before you buy. Rent. Don't come in here. Oh, I've got my pension money, let me buy. Try before you buy, because it's a real hard sell here. Unlike Koh Samui, I've got fantastic properties with sea views. 5-minute drive from Chong Mong, high up, won't get flooded. And that's the key. Rent before you buy. Hua Hin has a lot of rentals, there's a lot more supply than demand. And I haven't been to any of the resorts, so we'll be touching base. But if you're on a really tight budget, Hua Hin is the place. 20 baht for a bubble tea, and on average 60 baht for a good chicken and rice. Goya, even Kentucky Fried Chicken, dare I say it, is cheap than Europe. You can live a high-end quality life here. And please don't be offended, God's waiting room. Welcome to Hua Hin. And as I said, let me just reiterate, Hua Hin, a lot of pensioners, cleaner, fantastic roads, street lights everywhere, 50% cheaper than Bangkok, a lot cheaper than Koh Samui. Koh Samui commands dominated by Russians, Ukrainians, and the Muay Thai boxing community, tattoo-infested, obsessed people on Koh Samui. And here, I've never seen, but it's a complete different pension demographics. You can see that tattoo obsession wasn't around 60 years ago. I've interviewed, check it out on Men's Style Fashion, put in the word tattoo, the man that rejected David Beckham on tattoos. But if you're wanting to look for a place to retire, try Hua Hin. Rent before you buy, and the beaches are cleaner than Koh Samui. No bars, no loud music, and the sex trade is a bit more indiscreet, but that's just Thailand, sadly. And 50% cheaper than Koh Samui. The air pollution here at the moment is very, very bad because of the burning off. That's seasonal, it's only going to get worse. December, January, February, then get the hell out of here. Koh Samui is less, but Koh Samui commands 50% more. And the roads of Samui, well, I don't know. I haven't been there for almost a year. I'll go back, see how my investments are going. But Hua Hin, God's waiting room, nothing wrong with that. Is this where you would like to be when you're retired? I wouldn't say it's a digital nomad place, but in saying that, a lot of the rich Bangkok people live here, and they have their private villas on the beach further down, and I've seen some gorgeous one. Negative, horse riding on the beach, don't support it, but it's personal, just like elephants. Now, I've got another challenge. I can't remember where I parked my car. But street lights, phenomenal, 50% cheaper than Bangkok. And you can get some good coffee here, not as good as Laos, Luang Prabang. This is Hua Hin in a nutshell. Market Village, the cheapest food court I've ever seen. I think it's even cheaper than Terminal 21 in Bangkok. And you can really live on a budget. What I do find is coconut is not that easy to come by here, but I live on Coconut Island, so I'm going to go here because I think I parked my car here. There it is in a nutshell. I think it sums it up, right? Nothing wrong with that. I live in Italy, which is also, why do Italians live long? It's very, very simple. We have a community of elderly people, and here, if you're looking for interaction with retiree pensioners, this is the place. I mean, I think this picture sums it up. Welcome to Hua Hin. Kabung.